Hey guys, welcome. It's Nikki Free. Welcome to my channel. Happy Saturday. Happy Pride Month. Well, I came on here today to talk to you guys about Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams. We are seeing a side of Wendy Williams that we have not seen, and I can't say I'm mad at Wendy. Wendy has, as most people know, been going through a lot this year. And I feel like she is basically going through the motions to get through all of the things that she's going through and not lose her damn mind. Okay, her husband she's been with, I think, 28 years or something like that, has had a baby with some side chick, allegedly. I don't even think it's allegedly anymore, but I'll just say allegedly because, at this point, it's kind of out there. She is in the process of doing a tell-all book, shopping that around. And, I just think Wendy is trying to do whatever she can to stay sane and not just go crazy with everything that's going on in her life. Which brings us to her here in LA. It is Pride Weekend here in LA. And Wendy is here. She was at Pride with Blac Chyna. She also was hanging out with Kanye West, Kris Jenner, and Kim Kardashian. And this was at some house. I'm not sure whose house they were at, but they were all hanging out. She was doing selfies with Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. And she was keeping up with the Kardashians. She was a regular friend of the Kardashians. So this is something that we really haven't seen with Wendy because, as far as we knew, she didn't really care too much for the Kardashians. She sure doesn't speak very highly of them when she, speaks about them on her show. And it's just, these are just not people that it seems like she's fond of. But who knows? I mean, before Kevin was managing her, perhaps he had something to do with the way she was moving. And now that he's not a part of her team, perhaps she is trying to mend some bridges that were burned, perhaps by Kevin, and maybe she's trying to go back and say, hey, I'm not with him anymore, and I'm trying to level up, let's make things better, let's work together, because let's face it, in this 2019, you do have to move differently than you did in the past. Right now, the internet is where it's at. If you're not popping on the internet, it is kind of hard to kind of grow and elevate yourself depending upon the field you're in. So in Wendy's case, it can only help her to be on the internet more, to be popping on the internet, to be with all of these trendy people that have millions and millions of followers. All it's going to do is help her grow her brand, which in turn will help her show be renewed for another season or whatever other things that she's trying to do. It can also help her with marketing for her book deal, etc., etc., etc. The more popular you are, the more you can move better if you're more popular and the more people see you as a commodity. So with that said, being around people like the Kardashians, of course, I mean, she could even take this to taking pictures with Kylie and Kendall. And perhaps trying on some of Kylie's makeup or what have you. Whatever it takes to build her brand up even more than what it already is. It's only going to help her. And as for the Kardashians, they are always clout chasing and looking for ways to stay at the top of their game and stay relevant. So of course, they are benefiting as well, having Wendy Williams. That's got people talking. There is no such thing as bad press anymore. Let's face it. As long as people are talking about you, it doesn't matter these days. It's good. So as far as the Kardashians, it's good for them too. They have Wendy Williams. People are like, whoa, what are they doing with Wendy Williams? What's going on? People are whispering. People are talking about it. Yes, because this is odd. This is something different. So perhaps Wendy and the Kardashians got together and said, fuck it, let's do this. Let's just make this work, So perhaps they both agreed to do this. I don't know. I don't know how genuine this all is, but from a business standpoint, it certainly makes sense. And who knows, maybe they'll come on her show. And that will be good for her. Also, her hanging out with Blac Chyna is great because, as I said on another one of my videos, that's helping her to tap into a whole other audience. I was looking at the comments in the Shade Room and I noticed a lot of people were saying oh, I'm going to start following Wendy now to see like what's going on with her, or, you know, just making comments to that effect. So again, this is definitely not hurting Wendy to be seen and heard, and especially by this new generation, because a lot of times, like with the younger kids, if you're not on the internet and not really popping, and they don't see you really out there with popular people, they're not really going to pay too much attention to you. So how are you going to be relevant to that sector, you know? So it's win-win for Wendy. I think it's funny. Everyone is kind of, some people are giving her the side eye. Quite a few people, because they're like, how could you be with them, the Kardashians? But you know what? Wendy's a businesswoman. She's doing what she has to do. Kevin was her manager. He's no longer managing her, from what I've seen and what I've heard, and what word on the street is that he's not managing her anymore. So she has to do what she has to do. I mean, who's managing her? Perhaps she's, you know, trying to search for a new manager. You know, perhaps she's trying to expand herself on the West Coast. You know, maybe she's trying to do things. Maybe she's trying to move differently. The West Coast is definitely totally different from the East Coast. And we know Wendy, she likes to pretend, and she likes to put on this facade that everything's okay in her life. And what better place to do that than fake ass LA? People in LA love to be fake. I mean, they don't give a damn. So they thrive on that shit. If you're living a fake life, what better place than LA to come and live this fake life and pretend like everything's okay and like you're just kicking it and doing all this stuff. This is a great place to come to do that and just get away. So whatever her motive is for doing this, whether it's business, whether it's just to fool us, whether she's trolling, whatever, I don't think it's going to hurt her either way. And it definitely isn't going to hurt the Kardashians or Blac Chyna. Now with her and Blac Chyna, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there that I think that may be a little bit genuine. And I say that because I just kind of feel like Chyna is kind of being a somewhat friend to Wendy, and Wendy needs that, because Wendy has said many times she doesn't have a lot of friends because she's been married and she kind of lived that married life. You know, she always says she just goes back to Jersey after the show. She doesn't really do anything. She doesn't socialize. She doesn't mingle. And she got with Kevin at a young age. So I think she was like 27 or 28. So basically she kind of lost those years where she would kind of be going out with friends and hanging out and meeting new people. So it's kind of like she's having a second chance at life as well. And I also saw her out at some cigar bar. She posted on her Instagram, and it looked like it was a man's hand there, and then they had cigars. And I don't know if she was on a date. It seemed like she was on a date. But again, great. She's in LA. She's dating. I mean, all of these are good things. My only thing with LA is I know LA has like a pretty big drug scene, and there's a lot of partying going on. I know this happens in New York as well, but I'm just saying LA is that faster lifestyle, and I feel like she just has to be careful if she's trying to stay sober. I'm not sure if LA is the easiest place to necessarily stay sober if you have an addiction problem. I'm not sure if this is the best place, but I'm sure she's smart enough to know how to move in the right way. And hopefully she's around people that are respecting the fact that she is trying to stay sober. I don't know. But anyway, that's her deal. Hopefully it all works out for Wendy. I am happy to see her out. She's looking great. She had her Pom Pom shorts on out in Pride, at Pride with Blac Chyna. The crowd went crazy. They were like happy to see her. People were like, how you doing? And it was great. I mean, I'm enjoying this side of Wendy. I'm just curious to see how it's all going to go, because she'll be back on Monday. And I'm curious to see what kind of story she has to tell. I'm thinking a lot of people probably are making her sign NDAs. I mean, she was around Kanye, Kim, Kris Jenner, and who knows who else in their family. Plus, you know, Blac Chyna and whatever other celebrities she's hanging out with. She's doing business out here in LA as well. So, I don't know. But anyways, just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that Wendy Williams is out here in LA showing out. She's dipping it and doing it. She's hanging out with celebrities, which is something she said she didn't. That wasn't her. She said she didn't hang out with celebrities. So Wendy has officially gone Hollywood. In Hollywood. Okay? You know, she's out here in LA. She went Hollywood. She's with all these celebrities. She's drinking the Kool-Aid. So it's probably hard to be out here and not be that way because it's just so many people to mix and mingle with. And yeah, Wendy's probably having fun getting all this attention. It's definitely not the norm for her. So perhaps Kevin was holding her back from this side of her personality. I don't know, but she sure did quickly turn into, you know, this whole socialite all of a sudden. Very quickly after she split from Kevin. So it kind of makes you think, was it his idea for her not to really go out? I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to share, comment, like, subscribe. I hope you're enjoying the rest of your Saturday, and peace.